welcome back to Song Reaction Analysis with your girl JVB. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in, for liking, subscribing, commenting, and suggesting so many amazing songs and artists. I really appreciate that. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button because it will help out the channel a lot. I'm currently doing 5 reactions a week and we could use your support. So with that said, first of all, I'm wearing my sun protective shawl, which is really more the hoodie top, which is just in general a cool little fashion accessory. If you're looking for some gifts coming up for the holidays, go in the description below, check out my links. Also, I have a few reactions that have been blocked on YouTube, and you may want to check out my Patreon to get some reactions that are not visible on YouTube. And also you can request directly on Patreon to get some customized reactions and also some reactions for upcoming live streams. With that said, dear Nightwish family, I've been listening to you, and we recently did a few songs after The Poet and the Pendulum, and I was told I should also highlight Tarja, and I think that's how you say her name. I say it like that. Her song Enough. So I went through the lyrics and I got this link, so I'm just using the recorded version of it. It's from 2008 and I'm assuming it's her solo project. And let's hear her side, what she's saying. I think it's only fair. And I will give you my opinion, what I think about the song, writing, the performance overall, and yeah, the song in general, what I think about it. And I only heard one other song, her singing another song with Nightwish. So that was like Ghost Love Score. That was actually my first Nightwish reaction ever. And some people really were not happy that I used her, and others were like, yeah, it makes sense because she was the original singer, and after all the drama, I guess she wrote this song as a response. So with no further ado, let's check her out. Enough. And because it's not a live performance, I will be looking at the lyrics and going over that and probably stopping a few times looking at the lyrics. And let's just do it. Let's just go. I'm gonna go straight to the lyrics. Okay, I like the way she looks. It's really cute. I don't know who the band is. I expected something more like bigger for some reason. But the intro is like a pretty long intro. She hasn't even begun singing, but I also want to make sure that we don't get like blocked again. So I'm stopping for a second. Yeah, let's check it out. I'm assuming it's her solo project and it's her own band, obviously. Okay, her voice is so sweet and innocent sounding. It's funny because the lyrics are pretty they're pretty harsh and to the point, like ego selfish prima donna dancing in your poison cage, thinking that your conscience clearer if you drink your dreams away. Woohoo! Feed your anger to the devil in your self-built wishing well. Take a swim in muddy water all the dirt will leave a trail. That's pretty, yeah, harsh. And her voice, on the other hand, sounds so sweet that if you didn't understand the language, I wouldn't think that that's what she's saying, actually. I would think she's singing something beautiful, you know? So it's really interesting. She has a very sweet voice, definitely very operatic sounding, very theater sounding. And like I said, I haven't really heard much of her. I would definitely could see her like in on Broadway. Okay, let's go back to here.
In yourself, wishing well, take a swim in muddy waters, or the death will leave a trail. Hanging on, symphonies of sorrow. He's so brave, brave away. Masterpiece of treachery. Built a wall and made me crumble just because I am in love. Don't you cry, no, look at all the dolls and toys that you have got. Smash the mirror of perversion with the
Oh, I like that. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's really beautiful. I definitely like how she uses her voice. It's very, you know, I feel like I'm watching like a musical, or I'm like I'm like in the opera, like not so much opera, like more like a musical, I think. I'm not sure, like, but it's definitely very storytelling, and the words are pretty like not nice. I mean, she's like speaking her truth, I guess, but of course, but it's I like the contrast of her voice being so sweet, and the words are like slightly like, you're just like, the devil, and you're just like, you're not a good person, and screw you. So it's really interesting, and I love the production with the vocal. The only thing I personally would want to hear more is like, I'm missing that, knowing that she was with Nightwish and she started Nightwish. I feel like I want to hear more of that big sound. That's a little bit what I'm missing in this music so far. It sounds a little bit thin to me because her voice is so beautiful and powerful, and I would love to hear a bit more of that contrast. Like, do I want too much? But I think the song structure overall is really good, and I think the hook is really good. It's very dramatic, and it's very to the point of what she's saying. Let's go back to here.
masterpiece of treachery. Built a wall and made me crumble just because
That's a pretty powerful line there.
Don't you cry, no, look at all the dolls and toys that you have got. Smash the mirror of perversion with the dagger that you made. Mirror, mirror, is there someone who can make your day today? Hanging on, symphonies of sorrow. He's so brave, brave away. Hanging on,
Oh, I like that.
symphonies of sorrow. He's so brave, brave away. Masterpiece of treachery.
That's beautiful. Oh, I like that. So, okay, I hate stopping here, but I wanted to say something. That was a pretty powerful lyric right there. Build a wall and make me crumble just because I'm in love. So there was something definitely going on. And it's always good to hear both sides of the story, because I feel like, we're all emotional people, and sometimes when you when you're in a band, it's like a marriage, and sometimes things happen and it hurts when things don't work out the way you wanted them to. And that's like it's a pretty powerful line right there. Don't you cry now, look at all the dolls and toys you've got. That's like, smash the mirror of perversion with the dagger that you made. Powerful, powerful. Mirror, mirror, is there someone who can make your day today? Yeah, whoa. I'm not taking sides here. I'm just saying that is a really powerful, very well written lyric, to just express how she feels and to kind of get back at like, enough is enough. So kind of, I get that. So let's get back to this part, because I really like, if this part would have not happened, I would have been like, oh, okay. But it's growing on me as I'm listening to it, to be honest. But I like this because it's like breaking it up, and it's giving me that a little bit of like bittersweet like feeling. Right there. It has that feeling of like, I'm moving on.
Kept my thoughts buried in a box. With each shot, I still kept it locked. You drew a play written with my blood. Winter hit just to feed the lot.
This is powerful. Okay, I like that part because as she's building with her voice, it keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I love what she's doing with her harmonies. It's very dramatic. It's very haunting, and I love this like little innocent in her voice, because it's almost like, don't take my kindness for weakness. Kind of, that's why I'm kind of getting that vibe a little bit. Like, don't think because I'm so small, or like, who you think you are, just stepping all over me because you think you're always right, or you're this giant and I'm just like the little servant. That's, I don't know, that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. But this is powerful. Her voice, when her voices all like start building and building and building, I just like, that was super like hypnotic. Wow. I get it. I get it. Unless you're in a band and you know that there's like all these dynamics going on, and there's all these you know, it's like a marriage. Sometimes you just grow apart. You don't see eye to eye anymore. You don't have the same goals and visions anymore. And in a band, sometimes it's like the creative differences, like really clash a lot, and there's no going back. And I'm assuming that maybe Thomas was in love with her, and maybe who knows, or like he really didn't like that someone else, it's like this Yoko Ono John Lennon thing, maybe, like when like someone comes in, and it happens a lot, when someone is in a relationship and suddenly that person becomes your everything, and you put them first, and neglect a little bit of your band. And I don't really know if that is what really happened, but they were pretty open about it, and it seemed that she was just not so into it anymore. And that is her, I guess, her answer song to that. I thought it was really powerful. The songwriting is really excellent. I feel that for her genre, which I would consider, it is kind of like, I wouldn't necessarily say symphonic metal. I mean, maybe a little bit. It's just like, I would almost call it just like dramatic metal. But metal rock, I guess. But I like the contrast between the music and her vocal. And at first, I wasn't sure if I actually liked the song, to be honest. There was something that was just like, and maybe it's because I'm so used to, like, when you hear Nightwish or other songs in that genre, they sound really big. So I kind of was expecting that. But then as the song went on, I got more into the story. And the music was very supportive of that, even though I still would like to hear like I would love to hear the song like produced like huge, like today, you know what I mean? Because I think I in my opinion, I feel the lyrics are super strong and the melody is super strong, and I love the way she plays with her vocal. That was super. She's obviously a great singer, and especially in her genre, I think she's probably just more of a opera singer versus like a belter rock singer, So this is really suitable for her voice. And again, the lyrics are really powerful. And then also the melody. I've had enough Symphonies of Sorrow, Beasts of Prey, Breath Away. I really like that. Like, it's pretty powerful, Symphony of Sorrow. And then she says of agony. So you can feel her pain, and you can feel her frustration, and kind of like in a very, very nice way saying, I'm over it. Like, stop attacking me and stop making me look like I'm the bad person. There's always two sides to the story. I've probably already said that. But anyway, it's a very interesting song. And I definitely think it's catchy. So from a songwriter's point, I feel that the song definitely has a lot of great parts in it. I love the mellow part, where the breakdown, where she goes into her vocal, just like where she's building her voice, and it's all just these haunting like melodies. That is really beautiful as it keeps building, and then going back into the chorus at the end is really beautiful, and kind of like, okay, yeah, I said it, yeah, it's a really great song, great lyrics, and her voice is beautiful. Let me know in the comments below. Would you like to hear more of Tarja? I know there's this, don't hate and don't be so like, screw her, or, taking sides. I think they're all friends now, so there's no reason to hate on anybody. Things happen and we move on, and obviously everybody has a great career, so nobody got hurt at the end, and there was a lot of great art coming out of it. And isn't that a beautiful thing? I feel that we as artists are such lucky people, because I was talking to a friend of mine about that when we deal with depression, most of us do, I do, and but we always have an outlet. So for me, I'm never bored. There's always, we are always so curious, and as long as we have something that we could create, then and also, I think people like us, and I think a lot of Nightwish fans and friends that feel the same way, where we are very connected to very, very in touch with nature, and very intuitive. So it's easy for us to just like go outside in nature and like reconnect, you know, and see the bigger picture versus just like being so in this tunnel vision where it's really hard to get out of, you know. So with that said, I think that as I always leave you with something positive, you know, whatever you're going through, or like if you feel like sometimes, you know, there's like a situation in your own life or within your circle of friends where you feel like you have to take sides, you don't have to take sides, because there's always two sides to the story. And I personally always prefer to be somewhat neutral. And if I need to take sides, then I always, my recommendations to friends would always be, if someone has a problem with someone, I would say, well, maybe you have to step back and not be so close to that person. If that person irritates you, if that person makes you unhappy, if that person is so much drama, because I personally don't like drama in my life. And so if I feel someone in my life is like draining me all the time, there's a huge difference between having someone in your life that, you know, we all have issues and we all want to have someone to talk to, but there's these people, they always have some, you know, the sky is always falling, and it becomes very exhausting. And if you have people in that like that in your life, then I would recommend, you know, maybe you need to just like let them be. And some people just can't be helped. They need to be able to, or wanting to help themselves first before you can help. So anyway, with that said, you know, leave the drama outside. Like I always say, like, I need a stage. That's why I'm a performer. I need the stage, and I need to write music to be able to put the drama on paper into my music, onto the stage, and out of my personal life. You know, it's very, very healing and cleansing to be able to do that. So find an outlet, you know, where you can channel that energy into something more useful than being self-destructive. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for suggesting that song. It's definitely been very interesting. Didn't know what to expect, and I expected something actually a little bit heavier and angrier, but like she seems so tiny and like delicate. You know, her voice is definitely a very beautiful and more, from what I hear this song, a bit more on the delicate side. But of course, she's a powerhouse. I can hear that. She has a lot of power and she has a great range. So I want to hear more of her music. In the comments below, let me know what I should check out next. I'm sorry, it's been such a long video. I didn't mean to do that. I will see you in the next one if you haven't yet. And if you like what you heard and what you see, please hit subscribe, because I'm trying to grow this channel to make it bigger and better and be able to spend more time with you guys. You know, maybe more live streams, which I haven't even done yet, but it's my plan. But yeah, so if you want to support me, in the links below, also the description below, check out the links, and definitely have an amazing rest of the day, week, whatever time it is, whatever day it is you're watching this. Wish you nothing but the best, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.